What's going on, gang? It's been a fat minute. It's your boy Ben. I'm the casual fish keeper. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Like this video because, well, as much as I'd like to say we'll have more videos like this, I can't because this one's just kind of special. First off, I want to say, obviously I've been gone for a while, but no matter how long I've been gone for, I have been taking videos along the way of different things that I've been doing. Because as long as I'm gone from the channel, not posting videos, I am still down here taking care of my fish every single day, still getting new fish because I love the hobby. That's all that's changed, is that I'm not actually posting the videos that I take. So I do have a bunch of videos that I want to show you guys. So the reason why this one's so long is because I'm just collaborating all of my videos from the last point that I left off, which I think was when I was changing the 55 gallon, and going all the way up until now, which is the day right before we come out with the yearly fish room tour, which is one of my favorite videos, as you guys know. Always done it in the past. I know you guys like it a bunch, so I'm super excited. Stay tuned with this video. If you're like me, I'm down here in my pajamas. It's Christmas vacation, so I'm pretty laid back and chill. Grab a snack, a beverage, and stay tuned because we're going to be seeing some awesome fish stuff for a period of 6 months. So enjoy. See you guys towards the end of the video. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ben. I'm the casual fish keeper. Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button, like this type of video, because, well, it's unfortunate, but this might just be the last summer tub video we have of this year. As you can see, I'm wearing a sweatshirt out here, so it's actually kind of chilly. With that said, that means I gotta disassemble these tubs because with shrimp in one that like warmer temperatures, like 70s to 80s, and guppies in another that like temperatures the higher 60s to low 70s. It's supposed to be getting into the high 50s tonight, so I gotta definitely get a move on and bring some of these guys inside to some of the indoor fish room tanks. So stay tuned. Like I said, like this video, subscribe to my channel. Without further ado, let's empty these tubs. Alrighty, so I got my 2.5 gallon bucket here and this Tupperware container. What I basically use this Tupperware container for is I'll go and I'll dip it into the no, this is the shrimp tub here. I'll dip it into the guppy tub here, and then I'll use this to kind of look at the water and just look at the different colors of the guppies. It's just a cool way of viewing what we've bred in these tubs this summer. Now, I haven't actually seen anything actually in this shrimp tank or tub or whatever you want to call it, but there is a load of plants: water hyacinth, duckweed, some other variation of weed-looking plant there that I don't know what that is. Let me know in the comments if you guys know what it is. But we started out with 3 water hyacinth plants. Right now we have 7 in here, so yeah. Hopefully there's some good breeding going on. We're going to be emptying this whole tub. So let me move these water hyacinth plants into this 2-gallon bucket. I'm going to bring them inside and we're going to check them out because if there was any breeding in this tub, it would be among the roots of the water hyacinth. So give me 1 second and I'll show you what we got. Okay, so it did in fact get a little bit chillier outside, so I'm now inside for the night. I got all the duckweed out of the pond, and the reason we're looking at the 55-gallon community tank is because all of the duckweed is now in here. I looked really close myself at the duckweed, all the rooting, and I didn't see any shrimp, but that's not really the point that I want to point out with these plants. What I really want to show you guys is the roots of the water hyacinth, which I put in this new 20-gallon tall fish tank right next to the 55 here. As you can see, there's tons and tons of roots, and sorry for the glare, but I was looking myself, even with a flashlight, and even though that there's a ton of roots in there and I don't have any water flow, and it's just pretty stagnant water, it should be easy to see the shrimp. I don't see any shrimp whatsoever, so that's quite unfortunate. But with that said, we're looking at the 10-gallon grow out tank that I have for my guppies for my summer tub, and I've put about 30 guppies from the summer tubs in here as of tonight, or as of 30 minutes ago. And then as of right now, I put about 20 more fry in there.
So total, there's about 55, 56 babies in there growing out. So yeah, and that was just like one scoop of this Tupperware container. So that means I'm sure if I did like 5 or 6 scoops of that Tupperware container, I'd get a lot more babies. There could be hundreds in there, not including the original 40 juvenile breeding groups that I initially put in to get this summer tub breeding going. So I think that's going to be really cool. I'm going to have to show you guys tomorrow just because it is dark outside now. But stay with me, and I'll show you the rest of the tub taken down.
Okay guys, so here's the first big transition. We're going from the day that I stopped recording out in the summer tubs because it just gotten dark and it would have been impossible for me to show you any of the fish with no light. And now we're going to the day after when I wake up and I come down, and that video from a while back that I showed you guys, where I got my favorite plecos, I don't actually remember what they were. Were they like L something? They were L something, obviously. But they were red cactus plecos. My favorite fish in the entire aquarium hobby, and I woke up and unfortunately one of them was dead. Out of the $90 that I spent to get those 2 1.5 inch, I lost about 45 because that's how much I paid for it. So I was pretty bummed out. Here's the clip, and without further ado, we'll continue the video.
So what you're looking at right now, guys, in the green net is one of my 2 plecos, L24 red cactus plecos. One of them died. I don't know how this happened. Just came down today and it was dead. For the past like 2 weeks that I've had it, both plecos have been doing absolutely wonderful. I'm right now water changing my guppy tank because that's where I just pulled the dead one out of. Just squeezed the sponges. As you can see, the sponges are pretty dirty. That's why I turned the color brown there. Right now scooping out a bunch of the debris on the bottom, and I'm gonna have to do a water change. But with the amount of plants in this tank, yeah, and the amount of fish that I've bred that I'm growing out in there, I don't really know how the next week's gonna go. So yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on it. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, Ben, are you going to be like this the whole time? You're going to be interrupting all the nice clips? No, trust me, this is the last one. I just wanted to preface that some of these video clips, I guess I was kind of going cuckoo a little bit because I do start them going, hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Ben, I'm the Casual Fish Keeper, even though that they were all supposed to be connected videos in the end. So just bear with me. Just giving you a brief warning so you're not like, what is wrong with this guy? I've acknowledged I'm crazy. But anywho, enjoy. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ben. I am the Casual Fish Keeper. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and smash that like button because I love doing these kind of videos. So by letting me know that you guys like them too, make this so much more awesome. Anywho, what I'm doing right now is filling up this 10-gallon tank outside by my tubs, my guppy tubs specifically, with clear water just out of the hose, just so I can dump all of the plant life into this tank and then separate the guppies from the plant life so I can take the guppies inside. As you guys know, if you're in the New England area, you know that some nights are actually getting into the high 50s, and even though that's pretty close to 60 and guppies will live in the 60s, the high 50s are kind of dangerous. Not always, just if they're consistent, so I want to make sure that I'm getting the highest survival rate out of my guppies that I've bred in my summer tubs this year. Alrighty, kiddos, so I actually just scooped a bit of the duckweed and plant life that was in the guppy tub into this Tupperware container. As you can see, it's floating around in there. I also saw that I got quite a few babies in there, so I'm just going to go ahead and dump this into this tank. Most of the plant life is just duckweed. There were other things in there, like for instance, I had water hyacinth, but I took that out ahead of time just because my mom actually wanted some for her classroom. So yeah, I'm not really sure how many guppies are actually going to be left in this tub. Today is the official day that I'm emptying it, even though that I've taken out around 50 fry over the past 2 weeks. and put them inside a 10-gallon quarantine tank, grow-out tank, in the fish room. So, yeah. I should point out, though, that those 50 are only fry, so I haven't actually gotten any of the adults, so I don't know how many actually survived. Hopefully we have a large number of them survive, because that will mean we'll have a good breeding season this winter. Okay guys, so I got all of the duckweed into this tank, as you can see. There's quite a bit of it, but not as much as you guys probably would expect. You can see that beautiful male coming up to the top there. Isn't he gorgeous? Look at that beautiful pastel tail he's got. His body's not that great, so I mean, you know, he has nice color on his body, but it's not that, it's not to show standards. So everything except for his tail and dorsal fin look kind of crazy, but his tail and dorsal fin are matching perfectly. Only if his body was just the right color, he would be an excellent show fish. But here's another male here. Isn't he gorgeous? I got two pretty good sized males in here, so I want to separate them from the babies, just because if you look close you can actually see quite a few of them. I don't want the males chasing around the babies, because we want most of them to survive, just so I can sell them off to the local wholesaler. So let me get my net. I'm actually going to put all of the adults that I accidentally catch into this Tupperware container over here. Not without water, obviously. I'm going to fill it up a little bit with the hose, and I'm going to take them directly inside to the tank that the adults are going to be staying in, which is currently filled with water hyacinths, so that there's plenty of breeding material for the babies to hide in once they're born. So let me get on that, and I'll get back to showing you guys, because pretty soon, once I've gotten all the babies out of here and the adults, I'm going to be filling this up with quite a few more adults that you can actually see from the top of the guppy tub over there. Alright guys, so even though we've gotten into the high 50s at night, I'm telling you guys, it's really hot out there today. I think it's probably the hottest it's been outside in the past like week and a half. Nonetheless, I'm still taking in the guppies. I'm just inside with my towel right now eating lunch because, you know, I'm hungry. And yeah, we're gonna get back out at it again. This is a really pointless clip, to be honest with you, but it's really hot out there. Stay cool, drink water, you guys will be healthy. Alright guys, so yeah, when I took my little lunch break, I really wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I just kind of came out and just transferred all the adult males and females. So I didn't like even take a clip of it to show you guys how I did it, how I separated the males from the females, show you any of the gorgeous colors on the males or any of the gorgeous colors on the females. Yeah, so I apologize for that, but I'm going to be able to show you guys once you get inside anyways. I have the tank with all the fry and juveniles in it right next to me. I'm going to move all these juveniles inside, yeah. Got my Tupperware containers, I'm going to throw them in there, bring them in like few by few, not few by few, maybe like 20 by 20, you know. And I still have yet to pull all of them out of the blue tub, so I'm sure there's still plenty of juveniles in there, I'm sure there's still plenty of fry, and I'm sure there's still a couple of beautiful adults in there that I've yet to catch, so stay tuned. I'll grab those, and without further ado, let's look at these fish. So guys, I separated the babies here, the fry, the newest born, from the juveniles, which are in here with the duckweed. Yeah, so there's quite a few of these little babies here. I'd still have to get more out of this tub, obviously, and I still have to, more out of this tank, and I then have to siphon out the tub over there, which I'm probably going to get a ton more out of that. So this is just the start, guys. This isn't even including the adults inside. These are just the babies. I know there's more adults in the tub, so this is definitely a really cool adventure. It's really awesome to see all these fry, though, because as you guys know, if you've been following along, we already have about 50 fry inside. So together we probably have 300 or 400 babies. I know you guys are probably looking at this like, Ben, that's not 300 or 400 babies. I know, but like I said, remember, we got more juveniles in here, we got more fry in here, and we got even more fry and fish total in the 30-gallon tub. Okay, gang, so we're now in the fish room.
this 20-gallon tall tank here with a light over it. As you can see, we got some adult males in here. This is not the adult male tank. This is actually the adult female tank. Well, I can't say that because there isn't males. This is going to be the official indoor breeding tank. As you can see, I got all the water hyacinths that was in the outside shrimp tub in here. So you're most likely going to see the guppy video, like emptying the guppy tub, come out before emptying the shrimp tub, but just so you know, we are emptying both. So water hyacinth has already come in here. That means shrimp has already been moved. We'll get to that in the next video, though. Anywho, we're talking about guppies today, so, I mean, obviously, we've been talking about guppies for, like, probably the last 8 minutes or 10 minutes. I don't know how long I've done this so far. I gotta stop talking. Anywho, I got a male to female ratio of about 5 males to 10 females in here. My super huge, big breeder female's in here, and she's actually way up at the top. I'm gonna have to turn the camera around, bring you guys closer so you can see her. Because she's hiding behind the roots, and she actually looks like she's giving birth right now. So not only do we have a ton of fry in these 2 Tupperware containers here, but we also are going to get a bunch of fry in this tank pretty soon too. Not including the little fry that's already swimming around in here that one of the other females had like 5 minutes ago. So we're having a pretty good breeding year for guppies. Summer tubs have definitely been a success so far. Now, why am I talking about this tank? Well, first of all, obviously, I didn't show you guys how I moved the males and females, so I put most of the males, you'll see just the corner of the 55 over there. It's about 20 full-sized, full-grown males in there. Actually, there's 20 on the dot. And all the rest of the males are in here, which there was only 25 total adult males, and then there's the 10 females in here, just so there's, you know, a good ratio. I already said that, though, so I gotta, yeah. I'm going around in circles. I know some of you really hate this. It's like your pet peeve as the viewers. But I'm actually going to put all the juveniles in here. I got the fry in that one. You might be able to see the little ones swimming around. The difference between fry and juvenile, whereas basically they're both juveniles. In my eyes, juveniles are the ones that are just like a little bit bigger than, like they're not as small as the little fry, like the newborn, like 2 weeks to 5 weeks old. But they're like 6 weeks to like 3 months old, and some of the bigger ones could potentially eat the small fry, so I do want to separate them. Literally, that's all I'm going to do. Since it's clean water, I'm going to just dump it in the top here. So yeah, some of you might be wondering, Ben, how are you going to sex them? Did you sex them? No, I didn't sex them. As you can see, they're all swimming around here down at the bottom. When I was looking at them through the Tupperware container here, they looked like most of them were females, so it just gives a lot more breeding attention to this breeding tank. With all the rooting systems, I think that this tank's going to be pretty profitable in the long run in my breeding for profit scheme of things in this fish room. What is up, guys? It's your boy Ben. I am the Casual Fish Keeper. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, because I mean we got like 150 videos by now. Without further ado, let's get right into this. I'm not even going to take another clip. I'm just going to start off. To be completely honest with you guys, I'm feeling a little sinusy right now. Not that you guys asked, but I think I might be coming down with something. Anywho, I got one of the 30-gallon tubs that was outside in the backyard that I was using as my summer tubs in the fish room. And today we're going to fill it up because I really liked how well the summer tub was worked. And I'm thinking that I want to try and do summer tubs, but in the winter. I know, mind blown. And all of you are going to be like, Ben, that makes no sense. Well, obviously I'm not going to put it outside, guys, so I brought it in the fish room, and we're going to do it right here. No heater, we're going to do it all room temperature, because the room temperature in here is the same as what the temperature was in the environment outside during the summer. And we'll see how it works. Obviously, since I got the air pump, though, and it's not like windy or anything in here, I am going to run the little air line down. I'm going to be putting in some fake plants for now while I'm waiting for my green temple and the 55 behind me over here to grow. Once that green temple grows, I'm going to end up transplanting some of that into this tub. So let me fill this up and I'll show you guys. That bad boy is filling up as we speak. Filling up quite quickly, actually. To be honest, it's supposed to be a 30-gallon tub. I think it's more like 40 gallons. Maybe it is 30 gallon. I'm not really sure, but
I'm going to try and fill it up as far as possible to the rim. As you guys know, with the summer tubs, when this was outside in the backyard, I didn't fill it up all the way just because I didn't want the fish like jumping out. I'm not going to fill it up all the way up to this rim here, but I'm going to fill it up like an inch or so under there, just so that when this 55-gallon light is on the 48-incher here, since this is below the 48-inch light, it can get some of that sunlight type, you know, energy from there instead of having to run the overhead grow light all day, because that running this thing is far more expensive than running that thing. And I'm just starting to pay off my electric bill now, so yeah. Oh no, all hell's broken loose. Oh, I'm squirting water everywhere. To be honest, guys, I think that's the first time I've ever made like a huge mistake on camera. So I'm pretty proud of that moment, that we're going up in the world. It's always great to make mistakes because it's great because you can learn from them. Doing it on camera is even better because then I can show you how I'm going to learn from them. Obviously, you can see that the wall is pretty wet. I squirted like... to be honest, I didn't really understand how I did that. Probably just because I wasn't paying attention to how powerful the hose actually is. I've never actually run it this powerful before, so that probably is the reason. I just make sure that I don't run it this powerful anymore. Just keep it low key so I can fill it up nice and slow. Slow and steady wins the race. You know what they say. The turtle beats the rabbit every time. So I know some of you are probably thinking like, Ben, what do you mean you're just starting to pay off your electric bill now? Well, ever since I started my fish room about 3 years ago, I don't know, maybe it was a little less than that. Maybe it was a little more. I don't know. I don't really remember, to be completely honest. I told my mom that I would give her a certain amount of money each month to pay for, like, help pay for the excess on the electric bill, just because, I mean, I'm running all my fish stuff down here. It gets expensive. I have to run lights. I have to run heaters. I have to run air pumps. You know, if you guys have a fish room, you understand. Especially the adults who are watching this video who have to pay for it themselves. And yeah, basically, it's expensive in the first place to run electricity in the house, so my mom and I made an agreement that I would give her like about $30 a month. Now, that's the reason why I was trying to do like breeding for profit in my fish room. Everybody's like, Ben, just stop talking, get to the point. Alright, I'll get right to the point. I've started this new venture, okay, where I am starting to do these guppy pop-up shops in front of my house. Our town, West Boylston, Mass, we live in a right to farm community, which means that basically, if we, it basically means that we can have like a farm stand. We can have like no matter the size of our yard, we can have like farm animals and stuff. I don't know exactly, to be honest, the real law, so please don't quote me on that. That's my interpretation of it. Nobody's questioned, or whenever I've questioned that, nobody's ever given me trouble on it. So yeah, I just basically have this pop-up shop on my front lawn. I had one this past Monday, Labor Day, with my friend Alice, and we sold some guppies, saw some friendly faces from around town, got a lot of interest for the aquarium hobby, and overall, you know, we made some money. So that definitely, not only does that help me to start paying off my, oh boy. So you're probably wondering why the tub's already filled up. I said I was gonna do a clip about that. And you're probably also wondering why there's so much water on the floor, hence the reason why there's a towel, this big bed sheet, and this like bucket over here. Well, you know, I jumped from the last clip to this clip because all the other clips in between were basically of me being a lunatic. Because I forgot to turn the water off when I was filling up this tub. So it overflowed and I almost flooded the fish room. See, the issue, people will say, Ben, that's like impossible. There's all this dry space. Yeah, well, this is the thing you gotta understand. When you walk into the fish room, it's very subtle, but the fish room goes down like this towards the back wall on a slant. So if water, and it's all concrete, so you know, some of the water will soak into the concrete, but it will take a while, and before it does, it will just become this big puddle and can like push up this way, and it will get like a couple inches. Luckily, I haven't done that in a really long time. I did it once, which wasn't even my fault. I actually
our hot water heater way over there. That had like this pipe leak, and I woke up one morning, came down to the fish room, and the entire basement was flooded. Not just my fish room. So yeah, I'm gonna clean up here, and then I'll turn the camera around, show you guys what I'm trying to do with this tub. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ben. I am the casual fish keeper. What you're looking at right now is my beautiful Parkinsoni rainbows. I mean, look at these guys. I mean, you haven't seen these guys in a really long time. They look absolutely gorgeous. I got 2 males, 2 females, and I have a bunch of random little male guppies swimming around that I had nowhere to put, because as you can tell, I have a ton of guppies over here. I have some guppies in here. I have some guppies over there, and that tank really needs to be cleaned. This tank also needs to be cleaned. This here's the quarantine tank. You might remember that I moved my long fin rosy barbs from this tank down into the quarantine because they were being aggressive with the rainbows, and I didn't want the rainbows to be hurt anymore. Not that you guys really care to know, but that last video, I don't even know where we left off, and I'm too lazy to go back and actually watch the clip. My mom had called me, so I was just like, the hell with it. So anywho, we're talking about rainbows today, and I'm really excited about this because this 55 gallon, I originally was going to fill it up with all Parkinson's rainbows, but my boss doesn't really order a lot of them, so I'm not the kind of guy to be like, yo, can you order these, because I know that it's expensive to ship them from wherever he gets them from. This Parkinsoni's like in particular, so I just try and stick with whatever he gets in, and if I like something that he has rainbow-wise, then I'll buy it. And that's what I have today. In this bucket here, it's my 2.5 gallon bucket. I actually, oh, let me see if I can, yeah, I can. I forgot this phone does that. I have, he had these red Irian, I think they're Irian or Irian red rainbows. They're kind of small, but he had 12 of them. He had them for like 3 weeks, and they never sold. None of them ever died. The amount that I have here is the amount he ordered, and so I was just like, you know, I have some store credit, just from some fish that I brought him, and so we did the trade-off, and I got all 12 of them here. So they're now gonna go into this 55 gallon. What I'm simply gonna do is just, originally they were in those 2 bags there, and you can see the water's blue because that's the Central Mass Aquatics, like the medications that we use. It just turns the water color blue so that while the fish are quarantining in our facility, you know, we have a lower chance of them spreading fungal infections. So as I was saying, I'm gonna take my net, obviously not that one because it's too small, but I got this big one over here on the quarantine tank. I'm just simply gonna grab one of them one at a time, spill them in, maybe even a couple at a time, and I'll show you guys what they look like because I think it's gonna be really awesome. Alrighty, so I right now got you guys positioned so that you can like see. I'm gonna be putting the fish in right up top here. As you can see, there's a ton of duckweed from the bottom, and from the top it looks a little yellow, but I brought some into work today just because it was taken over to the point where I had to like always move duckweed just to feed the fish in here. Obviously, like I said with this whole video thing, I'm too lazy to switch and look back at the last clip I took, so who knows, I'd obviously be too lazy to move duckweed just to feed these guys. So instead of having to move them, that never stopped me from feeding them, don't get me wrong. I always fed them and I would always move them, but I just want to prevent myself from having to move them in the future. So here we go. Let me just grab some of these. Hopefully I can grab a whole bunch of them at one time, just because I think they'll look absolutely awesome going in together. Oh, here they come. There we go. I think I got 4 there. Hopefully you guys saw them. But again, there's going to be 12 in this group. Oh, I got like 5 or 6. Hold on, I'm going to count these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we got 6 right here. I know that these ones tend to do really well schooling. And the Parkinsonis, I know rainbows in general is really good at schooling. But these reds, I think, are going to look really cool together, especially since they're the majority now that there's only 4 Parkinsons in there. And the funny thing is that the Parkinsons actually like dwarf these guys, because I've had the Parkinsons for so long. Here comes one more. We got one more, so that means 11 are already in the tank. And there's the 12th one. Let me flip the camera around, bring you guys around on my side, and I'll... Look at this, guys. As soon as I put them in, doesn't matter what kind of rainbow fish they are, Parkinson's and red Irians, they're all schooling together. It looks absolutely awesome. Look at these guys. I mean, I'm so happy I got these. I think the red really matches well with the orange and the Parkinson's. You can obviously tell which ones are the males over the females. When I bought 12 of them, I was trying to get a good male to female ratio, but obviously since I just was like, yo, my boss named Rich, yo Rich, can I just grab these, take them all as part of my store credit? He said sure, so I kind of just got whatever he had ordered, and he didn't order any specifics, so it looks like based on the colorations I have about 4 females in there and maybe 8 males, which is alright for now since they're so small, but once they start getting larger, like the size of the big Parkinson male there, especially since I know red Irians are known to get pretty big, some of them 6 inches long at max size, I'm gonna have to start taking out some of the males just so that they aren't pestering the females too much. So if you guys have seen my videos before, then you know that I really like taking clips of new fish with all the lights out down in the basement here. So the overhead light isn't on. I even turned off the 20-gallon light over there. So this is about, like, oh no, I just tried to zoom in my camera and it's not zooming in. Oh, that does light, that's why. Whoops. I'm trying to figure out the whole there we go. I was in the wrong phone camera mode to zoom in, but as I was saying, you know, I like to take some clips of my new fish that I get with the lights out, just because it shows like a more direct picture. There's a lot less glare because it's only the light that's in the aquarium that's showcasing the fish. And overall, like with the guppies too, I think they even like, I think the guppies, there's mostly half black pastels except for that one yellow guppy you see up there. They're all males, so I think they actually pair really well with these rainbows too. And knowing the size that these rainbows are supposed to get, I mean, they look awesome schooling together, but knowing the size they're supposed to get and comparing the potential size for them to get to the size of the Parkinson's already, I just think that this tank's going to look absolutely awesome once they get bigger. Add on to that, I don't know if I've actually shown you guys this tank ever, but if I have, it's been a while. There are some Corridora palliatus over here. They're really hard to see, but I don't really want to move just because I'm really enjoying the view that I personally have looking at these rainbows from here. So there should be 3 Corridora palliatus here, 1 male and 2 females. But overall, I think that this tank looks awesome with the new fish, and I'm really excited to see how it looks once these fish become adult size. So stay tuned with my videos, guys. I know they haven't been coming out as frequently. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Like this video if you want to see more rainbow type stuff, because I know I definitely want to do some myself. And without further ado, I will see you guys in the next video. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ben. Welcome back to the channel. As you guys know, I'm the Casual Fish Keeper. If you're new here, make sure you smash the subscribe button, like this video, because I don't know, I kind of like this format of releasing videos. I know that all the videos were like made at different times, and but I actually have planned ahead of time that I want to release these all the same week. So when you guys get this will probably be the last one. Maybe there'll be one more. I don't really know. But you saw the title. We're getting some new fish in the fish room today. Mostly because my coworker, he had to break down one of his tanks, and he wanted his fish, which he's had for years, to go to a good home. So he had this nice, look at this beautiful driftwood cat right here. Absolutely gorgeous. Obviously it's blue water, because what he did was he brought it into Central Mass Aquatics, the wholesale dealer that I work for, put it in a tank so that they could hold it until I picked it up. But he didn't have just that. Obviously, you know me and my rainbows. He had a nice Parkinson's rainbow and 2 neon dwarf rainbows, which you probably saw a little bit of there. huge. I've never seen neon dwarf rainbows this big. I think they're going to do absolutely phenomenal in the 55 rainbow tank here. The driftwood cat that I got too, the cool thing about that is that he was in those tanks. He was raised from a small size with those rainbows. They never had any problems, so I'm just going to put the driftwood cat in with the rest of my rainbows and my large corridoras, which I've been growing out for some time. So obviously first I want to give this a cleaning because you can see it's a little cloudy. I want to get some of the debris off the bottom, and I'll get back to you guys and we'll start unpackaging those fish. So while I'm filling the 55 back up, I just want to give you a quick rundown of how I'm going to do this, like taking the fish out of those bags and putting them into this tank. Since they're coming from another person's tank, you know, obviously everybody's like, oh, you got to quarantine, and I fully support that idea. I typically would not do this. As you guys know, I have my own quarantine tank set up this year, the first year that I've ever actually done that, and I've actually enjoyed the process of the quarantining because it really is successful. It does work if you don't know where the fish are coming from. But since these fish came from my coworker, I know he takes excellent like care of his fish. They're extremely healthy. All the other fish he brought in were extremely healthy. He's had them for years on end, so I know that since they're coming from a good place, putting them right into my tank is not going to be an issue, especially since most of these fish that I have in this 55 gallon, typically I just throw right in there if I know they're healthy or not. And I haven't had any deaths in this tank. Well, I had one, but I to be honest, I guess I wasn't paying attention because I just came back one day and one of the red Irian rainbows was gone, and so I don't know what happened to it, but yeah. Anywho, that's not what I made this clip about. I just wanted to tell you that this 5 gallon bucket here, this is actually how I drain the 55, because if you look over here, my pump is not there. The reason behind that is because I got something stuck in the pump and like shredded the blade. It was like shells or rocks or something like that. I don't really know. I haven't figured it out yet. I actually have it on my worker table way over there, trying to figure that out. So because of that, I actually had to siphon the water out of this. And whereas this, the pump usually pumps it out through the sewer pipe up there, I took the water out with a siphon and put it into this bucket. Now what I did was I let the debris fall to the bottom of the bucket. As you can see, some still remaining there. I got to clean that out. And after it fell to the bottom in the 5 gallon bucket, I took the clear water on top and put it into this 2 gallon bucket, so that before I put my coworker's fish in the tank, I can take the water out of those bags and put them in this water just to make sure that they acclimate to the temperature, because they have been in these bags all day. It's kind of cool because we did have a blizzard today, so I want to get them in this warm water so that I'm not like shocking them or anything like that, which I know typically doesn't happen. If they're surviving in the cooler water and they go into warm water, they're not going to flop on me, but I have seen it before. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait till this fills up completely and we'll get to this unbagging, and hopefully we get to release these in a couple minutes. So as you can see, the 55 is still taking its time. It's still a little cloudy, but I feel like that's an easy fix. I haven't actually cleaned the sponge yet, so once it fills up, I'll do that. Anywho, I took the fish and I put them in the bucket here. See what I mean? Driftwood cat's pretty big, but compared to the size of the rainbows, I mean, I know my rainbows are no smaller than those neon dwarfs, so I know that these fish are going to be fine with these, what's it called? Driftwood cat. Obviously, because this is the old water, it looks a lot more cloudy than the 55 gallon tank does. So once I put these in the actual fish tank, I'm actually going to let it sit after I change the sponge, just to let the sponge do its work for a couple hours, and then I'll come back and take a clip of the new fish schooling with the already present fish, because as you know, there's one nice Parkinson in here, and then I already have two beautiful male Parkinsons. I mean, look at these guys. These males are huge, bro. Absolutely massive. They definitely would make this Parkinson look small. The interesting thing, though, is that this Parkinson's has far more like vibrant orange colors than mine. So I'm going to be intrigued to see whether or not, even though he's smaller, if he becomes the alpha male, because he has more color. So that's definitely going to be interesting. But
I guess we won't find out until I actually put these fish in. Can't do that until I finish filling up the tank, which is almost done. And I'll come back in a couple hours to show you guys what it looks like. So just as I said, gang, when I came back later, it's going to be all nice and clear. And as you can see, the coloration difference between my Parkinson's and the new one there. You can see the new dwarf rainbow, neon rainbow up in the corner there. See, that's one of my Parkinson's that I've had for a while. And then, oh no, where'd he go? Oh, he's right there. I'm so dumb. And then this one right here, he just has much darker orange, but at the same time, this one's my biggest one here. The size difference is huge. I mean, mine like doubles the size of the new one. So I'm definitely going to be interested to see who the alpha male is, since he's got darker colors, this guy right here, but this one here is much bigger. I mean, look at them side by side. Wow. The size different in thickness, length. It's huge. The females are even bigger than him, because those are, this one right here in particular is a female Parkinson's. There's a female Irian rainbow right there, red Irian, even though there's gold. She's got a little bit of like light pinkish on her, on the top of her body. You really got to look at it closer. But look at these dwarf neon rainbows. They look absolutely phenomenal, and just the way that they're like skin, yeah, here I go again with human things. They just look absolutely gorgeous. Wow. I think these are definitely a good addition to the school, because it just adds kind of different colors that you don't see in the school. I mean, look at the school. There's reds, there's golds, there's orange, there's black, but these are like blues. We haven't had blues before. Bluish greens, and this is kind of making me want to go get some more, because these are absolutely beautiful, and I think they're going to be looking really good in here. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually grew bigger. Unfortunately, we don't have a pair, though. They look to be both males, since they both have orange tails. If they had yellow tails, they would have been a female, and we could have had a pair, but obviously they're both red, so definitely interesting to see all these different types of rainbows swimming around, and this is definitely turning into quite the awesome tank. Now, I do want to point out, a lot of people will say, wow, those rainbows, some of them are really big, especially the Parkinson's. And now that I added the driftwood cat, which for some reason looks like he's getting along well with the large Palliatus corridors over there, but he's hiding in the corner, so I can't really get a good view of him, but which is unfortunate. But all of those fish are gonna say, this is 55 gallon, this tank is too small for all of these, especially the red Irians. If any of you know anything about those, they're one of the largest, if not the largest species of rainbow fish. Once they get to full size, obviously they take a lot longer to grow. I didn't really understand that, because a lot of people always told me Parkinson's was the longest growing, but mine just took off in a couple of months. Yeah. Well, anywho, I'm definitely gonna have to cull some of these fish after a while. Once they start getting bigger, especially the red Irians. The dwarf neons are pretty much at full size, but you know, we'll see what happens down the line. College is coming up for me in about a year, so I'm gonna have to take down some tanks anyways. But in the meantime, it's looking gorgeous, just like I said. I know, repetitive. And I'm excited to see what happens to this tank in the future. So if you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, make sure you smash that subscribe button, like this video. Without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. So just when you guys thought you got to the end in the last clip, I just wanted to kind of sum things up. As all of you know, it's been quite a few strange past couple of months with the COVID virus and all the changes in all of our lives. So I just want to thank all of you who stuck around, those of you who are new subscribers here watching this video, those of you who are watching this video to the end. Thank you so much for viewing this video. Obviously, I'm not going to go into my normal outro stuff, but basically I hope you guys are all staying safe. My prayers are out to all of you families who have been affected by the virus. Without further ado, I hope to see you guys soon. Peace out, guys.